On last week's episode of The Fowl Life.
Guys, Alex finally called me on it for, last 5-6 years. I've been little jokes here and there about backdraft and ladder 49, Fire Marshal Bill, and how he's Kurt Russell, and I've always had a joke or two to tell about firefighters, and he finally called me on this morning.
What the hell's happening? What's this thing? Every fire station has a pole, and here's ours.
Oh, jeez. Now what? What?
Now you do a dance.
Alex!
Bo here and Brent are going to basically show you how to put out a car fire. Right. And then we're going to have you do it.
Like a real fire?
Like a real fire.
Ready?
Yep.
Ever since I've known Chad, he's always given me a hard time about being a firefighter. Always saying I'm petting my Dalmatian, watching backdraft. So I really wanted him to see what I do for a living. So I invited him out. After showing him around the station, showing him some of our gear, it was time to put Chad to the test. First up, vehicle fire. Let's see if Chad could put it out. I hate to say it, but Chad did pretty darn good. Don't tell him I told you.
Incomplete, among other things, better remind me of the deed I've done. Looking back, I gotta face the fact. Is my
Nice shooting, boys.
I love to hunt with family and friends, and that's why Washington's so special to me. It's usually the time of year that my best buddy Wade Platts and Alex Crosby and Andy Purwin get to join me up there. And this year they came up to hunt geese with me and Alex and my brother Clay, and along with them was going to be his cousins Terry and Jerry and Grant, and we were going to have a great time. That, along with hunting with the firefighters, it was going to be something special for all of us to experience. And it was on. We found the field, the geese were loaded into it, and I'm pretty sure it was going to be something special.
So I started hunting when I was 12 years old with my dad and mom, both my brothers. Big game hunting, chucker hunting mostly. Then I really got into coyote hunting the last couple of years and kind of led right into this goose hunting with Chad Belding and the Fowl Life crew. Came out for my first real goose hunt this weekend. It was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen.
out of here. Back your head, this is it, can't take it anymore. Tie your shoes, take these blues, walk them out the door. Hit the curb, that's the words that I'm telling you. Baby, we're through, there's nothing left to do. There's nothing left to do. Take your toothbrush, you ain't coming back. Take your dirty socks and all of your sister blue. Girl, I'm serious as a heart attack. Get back, get lost,
Get 'em, guys.
out of here. Tell your mama that you finally
That was so beautiful. Oh, very nice, my friend.
The Fowl Life is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, Toyota Trucks, Legacy Sports, and Zinc Calls.
The toughest part of this car fire, honestly, was carrying that hose. I had no idea they were that heavy, but I got to it, put the water on it, and it took me a little bit longer than a professional firefighter would take, but I got it out, saved some lives, hopefully, and I wasn't gonna stop there. Alex looks at me and says, "You ready for your next challenge?" I said, "What is it?" And he says, "You're gonna use the Jaws of Life," and if you guys don't know what the Jaws of Life are, they are awesome. Read up on them, Google them, study these things a little bit, because they're what firefighters all across this country use to save thousands of lives every year, and they're not easy to use, but I gave it my best shot, ended up breaking a bone in my wrist on this drill, but it turned out to be a pretty exciting time for me.
Car thieves were smart, they get one of these deals.
All right, Chad, so you seen how John did it? Pretty awesome piece of equipment, isn't it?
Unreal.
Unreal. You can get into anything with this. So I think you can do it?
I mean, I think I could do it without the Jaws of Life. You just want me to do it manually? The whole door?
So after giving Chad a demonstration on how to operate the Jaws of Life, it was now his turn.
We're gonna ramp it up. Can I ramp it up? Come on, come on. Can I ramp it up? Come on, come on. We're gonna ramp it up. 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 Ramp it up. We're gonna ramp it up. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, come on. We're gonna ramp it up.
A lighter model? Huh? The forms are kind of stiff.
Yeah, it gets pretty heavy after a while.
That's incredible.
Again, Chad kicked butt, but the big test is still to come.
Get him, guys.
Early in the morning, just little flocks were hitting us. But as the day progressed, huge waves of Canadas were coming off the roost.
If I left, would you follow?
It was an awesome day. It was truly amazing to be a part of this hunt because we had several hundred birds in the decoys and a couple thousand just outside.
You know, I'd understand if there was maybe one flock behind these geese landing the decoys. I'd probably let these guys get into them a little bit. But guys, Snake River's loaded up. It's finally that time of the season in the Pacific Northwest where we have our geese. And I had to get up and tell these guys, listen, there's thousands of geese coming off the Snake. They're all coming to this field. We're not going to shoot into them if they all get up at one time. And luckily we had enough geese to play with. We were going to get our goes. But, you know, you guys, you got to manage your farms. You got to manage your bird population. And these guys understood after I got up and talked to them about it a little bit. But, I mean, also, what if we did shoot into them? They were never going to get to experience this again. And it turned out to be something pretty special.
We just landed a couple hundred geese in the decoys. We're going to get up and walk them out. There's still a lot of geese to come. There's between 6,000 and 8,000 using this field yesterday. We're going to get up, walk these out, and just be patient. Hopefully they start coming back. And smaller groups, and plus we got all the honkers still to come. And you know what happens when honkers come on days like this. Low and quiet. So let's get them up, Alex.
Did you ever stop to think? It just might be.
I've never.
Between the time we spend alone and all the times that you drink.
The Fowl Life is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, Heavy Shot, Otis Technology, and High Viz.
Get him! Wow, that's cute, boy.
We ended up landing a huge flock of lessers, something you don't get to see every day. Half an hour later, guess what?
I was at least prepared being able to come up to Oregon last year. I learned that the filming and hunting and doing the TV show, there's things you do have to do a little bit differently out there. If I was hunting with Buddy out there by myself, just the two of us, we definitely would have taken shots that we did not take today. Now at the same time, if I would have hunted that way today, I wouldn't have seen those huge numbers dropping in that we got to see. So that was worth it, just getting that on film, even though we never pulled up on them.
2 times we had to go scare the big flocks further away from us, you know. If they don't come into you good, you just let them be. They're not going anywhere. Go out there and stir them up for another shoot. You educate these birds shooting into the big flocks, and then it ruins the hunt, you know, down the road. So that's one thing you got to hold back. You let those geese walk around there. I bet today we had 150 geese standing behind all these decoys, and the entire time your heart's beating, your hands are shaking.
Right here on the front, right here on the front.
Here we go, guys. Good ones.
Get them, guys.
In my opinion, this industry is truly about being with friends and being with family. And whether it's bringing a child up in it or just having that family bonding period, there's something special about being in a goose blind, watching something like this take place. And I can't thank Wade and Alex and Andy Purwin enough, and along with Jerry and Terry and Grant, we had an unbelievable hunt up there. This is what Pacific Northwest goose hunting is all about. But you take the number of birds and top that with the company that we were able to hunt with, that's what made it for me. And we've made this a yearly trip. You've seen Wade and the boys hunt with us on season 1 of the Fowl Life. Here we are in season 2. We're going to continue this. It might not always happen in the exact same location, but with that centralized part of Washington and Oregon up there, the Pacific Northwest holds a special place in my heart just because I get to enjoy it with a lot of my different friends and family members. And I really hope you guys enjoyed that hunt.
Guys, welcome to this week's Rockstar Energy Drink Extreme Tip of the Week. We're going to stay up here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, hunting out of our ground blinds on the edge of a field. What I want to talk about today, though, is how we're flagging in this kind of a hunt scenario. We are going to be flagging like crazy, guys. 2 or 3 flags going at one time as those birds come off of the roost. And I'm talking a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile out there. Our flags are up in the air. We're bringing them down as hard as we can, replicating landing geese hopping around, looking for different food sources in that field. And those geese, as they come off the roost, they see that. So they're thinking, hey man, the flocks that have already left and they're ahead of us, that's where they're going. That's where we need to be. But as they get closer, remember, you're on an edge. So when they're 75 or 80 yards out there, guys, stop flagging. Do not give them any reason at all to look at that edge. That's your Rockstar Energy Drink Extreme Tip of the Week. Don't forget to visit them at rockstar69.com, and we'll see you next week for another tip.
Captain Burton, he runs his training facility. He needs to brief us on some safety issues here before we actually go in and put out this simulated house fire. So Bob, it's all yours.
Well, even though this is a controlled atmosphere and a simulated fire, there are inherent hazards anytime you're dealing with live fire. It gets warm in there. We can get it up to 1,200 degrees, obviously. Stay low. It's very important, no matter what you feel like in there, don't pull your mask off. If you feel like you're not getting enough air, signal your partner. You guys will exit immediately. We're standing right there in the window, got thumb on the control. If we see a problem, we'll just turn the fire off.
Okay.
So we just want to be safe. Anytime we go interior, we're going to have 2 hand lines available, 1 fire attack, 1 for backup. So let's go do it and have some fun.
All right, you ready to do this?
Yes, sir. I gotta get my pack back on.
Yep, we'll get pack on and do it. We're getting ready to take Chad into a burning building. Let's see if he can handle the heat.
The Fowl Life is brought to you by Hornady Ammunition, Buff Headwear, Under Armour, and Rig 'em Right.
Chad kicked butt on the car fire. He had no problem with the jaws of life, but now was the big test. We're gonna see if Chad has the nerve to go into a burning building. This takes a lot of nerves and a lot of guts. Do not try this at home.
We're getting ready to take Chad into a burning building. Let's see if he can handle the heat.
Hey Chad, when we go to fight fire, we usually bring our hose with us.
You know, I got to give Chad a lot of credit. Everything we threw at him that day, he was able to do and do well. So I guess he's earned the right to give me a hard time. But I honestly believe by the end of that day, he truly had an appreciation for what firefighters do and are willing to do every day. Good job, Chad.
Chief, we want to say thank you very much from the Fowl Life TV show.
Yeah.
Want to present you with a little plaque here. We appreciate everything you do for the community, and we appreciate you keeping him employed.
You know what? That is the biggest challenge that we have here.
I would think it'd be tough for him to get a job anywhere else. So.
It is, and we have mercy on his family, and that's why we keep him here for his wife and child.
Andrea and Maddie, they really appreciate it.
So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for everything. It's been a blast.
Very
and if you need anybody, you know, they said that I'm a natural, so just get a hold of me.
I love
Seriously,
it.
how many times have you been driving down the highway and had a police car go flying by, or heard those sirens late at night, or seen a fire truck pulling out of the station and taking off? And we're always asking ourselves, I wonder what's going on. Or if you see a car wreck, you're always looking and trying to see the drama that's going on or taking place. And guys, I know that I've given Alex grief over the last few years, but I can't tell you how important it is to have public servants in our communities like firefighters and police officers or EMTs and care flight nurses. I mean, my hat goes off to you guys. I have a huge appreciation and respect for what you guys do. There's no possible way that I could do it. And to hear the stories that Alex and Brett and Bo were telling me, and to get to go on the ride-alongs with them and actually see them saving lives, from infants to adults, and putting out fires and performing CPR. Firefighters do everything, man, and these guys are all trained. No matter what field they're in, they're all trained to save lives, and that's what they're doing on a daily and a nightly basis. And you know, whether I was calling him Fire Marshal Bill or asking to pet his Dalmatian, Alex knows I love him to death, and this just opened my eyes to, man, we need these people. We can't take them for granted. They're a huge part of the structure and the foundation of our communities. And you guys, if you see one of them, don't be afraid to go up and tell them thanks. Just like we do for our armed forces and our military, tell your public servants thanks, respect them, work with them, give them the benefit of the doubt. And man, I just want to send a big special thanks out to the city of Yakima, the fire department, Chief Hines, Alex Langbell, Lieutenant, and Brent and Bo, and all of his coworkers. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate everything you do for us. And I hope that we portrayed what you guys go through in this episode in the right manner. And I'm telling you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from Team Fowl Life and Team Maniac. We'll see you guys right here next week at the Fowl Life.